Honestly, I started hanging out with the crew and smoking when I was 13. Robbing, graffiti, parties. The others had no rules for robbing, but I did. Never to little kids or old people. I practiced boxing and I like to face things head on. One punch to the jaw, knock him out, and then calmly proceed. Picture a middle schooler with high schoolers. One punch from me would knock them down. At 15, I learned some relatives had visited that morning from a town near the frontier. My parents were separated. One day I went with my dad to a little ranch where there was a party. My cousins arrived in cool trucks. At 16, my drunk dad let me go.
That cousin is the town's most notorious trafficker.
The guy was about 28. He told me how they hid the goods in the tires, in compartments. I just listened to him and told him what I had heard. He laughed and told me he was involved in shady business. He told me not to say anything to my mom, that if I did, they'd cut off my visits. Bicycle town, 5 mansions, trucks, party, right? I told him I wanted in. He told me that one day some weed would arrive for another cousin. It arrived and I had never seen so much weed in my life. 7 huge packages. They cut them with a machete, made several kilos. They started naming distant towns more than 8 hours away, and that's when I realized they weren't small-time dealers. I took advantage and put the biggest painting in my suitcase. At home, I sold 700 grams. My mom found 300 and threw them out. Then they harassed me on Facebook. But I had contact with Muñeco on my dad's side, and he told me,
Sell it. The profit is yours. When you run out, I'll send you more.
Then I met a well-known local dealer who gave me a notebook listing numbers, addresses, and purchase amounts. I began in the business, earning by day and partying by night. We had runners who moved the stuff for us. We were part of a cell, JG, the Arellano's, and the Gulf Cartel. It was calm for a while. One day, El Muñeco came to pick me up in the big truck. We had to hit the Zetas spots. He said everything was arranged, including soldiers and police. When we got there, the music was loud and we made everyone kneel. We started off easy, and if they didn't cooperate, we used boards, cuts, whatever was necessary to make them talk. Many talked, others didn't.
In the end, many didn't.
The toughest thing I experienced was when we arrived at a distribution house. There were about 18 kids and a pregnant woman.
What happened there was unacceptable. I won't share details, but they wronged the pregnant woman, and that impacted me deeply.
Over time, Muñeco rose up, and years later, I used to spend up to $70,000 on parties in one night, then earn it back the next day until I stopped wanting to. I left however I could, not out of bravery, but exhaustion. I sleep better now, though memories return. I don't brag. Money can be spent, but your conscience remains. If you're unsure, leave. The streets never forgive.